What is up, everyone? Please take a second to hit that like button. The more likes that we get in a short period of time, the more people the algorithm will bring into the chat to come hang out with us and see what's going on. So please hit that like button. Let me know how you're doing, and happy freedom. What is up, everyone? I hope you're doing good on this Saturday. I thought we were going to see Old Man Walter today, but I guess that is not the case. So it is what it is. We are going to not be showing any of the White House today because it's the weekend. So there's no Old Man Walter crying, mumbling, or stuttering the word That will not be happening today. I know. Why even be here then, right? But we will be showing Kevin McCarthy giving his opening remarks. But before that, we're going to show the little scuffle that happened on the floor. There's a fight on the floor. And I came across an interesting article where this company has prepared an AI system to act as an attorney, and they're going to try it out sometime next month. And so we're going to talk about that too, because I thought that was pretty interesting. Read through the chat really quick. What's up, Team Angel? What's up, Mike Drop? What's up, Free Mind Dart? What's up, T Lawton? What's up, Maybe Sunshine? Happy Freedom. What's up, WMM? What's up, Adrian? Oh, now my chat refreshes. Lost my place. What's up, Kevin? What's up, Cheeky Chops? What's up, Mr. Dog? What's up, Saw Dog? What's up, Cassandra? Thank you so much, MT Coiner, for continuing the membership program for 25 months. You're officially a hooligan. I appreciate you. Thank you. Kevin could talk the talk, but can he walk the walk? I guess we're gonna see. I don't know anything about this person, so him giving his opening statement or whatever it is, it's gonna be the first time I've ever really heard him speak. I don't know anything about him. What's up, Bird Maine? Coffee and a blunt. However you get here, as long as you're happy, that's all that matters to me. What's up, Be a Blessing? What's up, Indeed? What's up, Play? What is up, Hooligans? What's up, IB4? HF. What is HF? I don't know what that is. Holy F word. That's the only thing I'm thinking of. What's up, Relic? What's up, everyone on the Jeff Mac Live channel? Appreciate you guys being here. What's up, everyone on Twitch? What's up, Livid Review? Happy Freedom. What's up, Puna? Appreciate you being here. What's up, everyone on Rumble? I like the way that Rumble looks now since they've made those changes, but I haven't looked on the app yet to see what that's like. Although it says my video is processing, I don't know. Maybe it's not working on Rumble. It says there's 2 people there, but I don't know. What's up, Jonathan? What's up, Anthony? Happy Freedom. What's up, everyone on Facebook? All right, Hooligans, we're going to get her started here. We're going to start off with the conflict on the floor. Then we're going to, like I said, move forward to the speech and whatnot. This first video of the conflict is only like 2.5 minutes. It is CNN, so I'm sure there's going to be like super hardcore crying commentary to give us some context of the situation beyond what I've already wrote down. 2.5 minutes will be this first video. Alright, so I'm going to read through my little spiel here. Then we're going to watch the video. The links for this will be in the description. I'm not going to post it in the chat because we're going to watch the video anyway. So what's the point of putting it in the chat? You know what I mean? So Kevin McCarthy is the new House Speaker after 4 days of voting on Speaker of the House. We're going to show the video of the opening remarks. But first, there was tension on the floor while McCarthy was talking with Gates. There's a lot of speculation that he was negotiating to get support on the next vote. After McCarthy walks away, you can see Mike Rogers become aggressive towards Matt Gaetz. There's articles saying he lunged at him. I don't know necessarily that's what happened, but aggressive behavior and body language towards Matt Gaetz, to the point where you can see Richard Hudson wrapping his arms around Mike Rogers, pulling him away, even covering his mouth like he's trying to shut him up. So that's where we're going to be watching. I take this source down. That's incorrect. There we go. So we're going to watch that here in a second. Drop some ones in the chat if you're ready to go. I need a quick little sip of coffee here. Bring out the Subaru mug. You know what I want to say? I don't know if I ever told you guys this. I have a Bluetooth stereo in my car, and I programmed it so when you go to synchronize your phone to the Bluetooth in the car, you're synchronizing with the Muff Eater Supreme. Now, I don't know if I'm going to get away with saying it, but I said what I said. So, you see that out and about, just know I'm nearby. I'm seeing some ones in the chat. Let's get her started.
Jeffries.
Here.
Kevin McCarthy walks off the...
He does not look happy.
Change.
Somebody can change.
Kevin McCarthy walks off the floor.
No, he's talking.
I'm sorry, he walks up the floor.
Kevin got that Irish coffee. Heck yeah. Ready to go on a Saturday.
Him to vote yes, not present.
He's trying to convince him.
He appears to be trying to convince Matt Gaetz to vote yes and not present.
Or Boebert.
Also, right, if he could get Lauren Boebert to change from present.
Or
one of the two of
convince.
them.
We haven't seen him doing this personally on the floor. He's obviously been doing it behind closed doors, but until this moment, we have seen his deputies do this. This is it. I mean, this is do or die for him.
That doesn't look
What a
like a guy saying yes to Kevin McCarthy.
What a sight to see.
Incredible.
This is quite a sight to behold.
And votes.
Kevin McCarthy needs one vote to become Speaker of the House.
Look in the top corner over here.
Willing to
See it?
change his vote from present.
And look,
Yes.
some guy in the back who was
Literally
went up
grabbed
to yell at Gaetz in a pink tie, and another member pulled him back.
McHenry seems to be trying to talk Kevin McCarthy down a little bit here. McHenry, of course, his key ally, who made a nominating speech that made it sound like this was a foregone conclusion.
Look at that face.
He looks dejected. Look at that.
Compare that to how I walked in there.
What's up, CB? Happy freedom.
They thought that they all, I'm sure you guys were hearing the same things that I was hearing. They thought they were going to get at least 3 present, or 1 president and 1 flip, or 2 flips. And any one of those combinations would have worked.
So the fun thing with the serpent is, how does a serpent...
Okay, advertisement, just attack me. Super aggressive advertisement strategy. All right, I guess. I'll just take that right on the chin and keep rolling. Didn't just stutter my live there. So there you go. You can see fairly aggressive behavior. You can see, what was his name? Robert. I want to make sure that's correct. Mike Roberts, you can see him come across the top, come down into the aisle, and then start like going in at Gaetz like that. And Richard Hudson is the one that put his arms around him, grabbed him across his face, and everything, pulled him away. So you don't normally see these soft people getting mad like that. Not where they're getting all handsy. Not on camera. Thank you so much, IB4, for gifting 2 memberships over on YouTube. I appreciate you. Thank you. All right, hooligans. So we're going to move from that. Hopefully we don't get attacked by another commercial. I might actually refresh the video so we don't go through that next time. We're going to see the opening remarks for Kevin McCarthy. I have not watched this, so I don't exactly know what this is. But it's going to be 26 minutes of something interesting, I'm sure. So I'll read through the chat really quick and we're going to get started on that. I'm also going to refresh the video to see if we can go without the violent ad encounters. Alright, got that set up. What's up, Grey Wolf? Happy Freedom Snugs. Thank you so much, Maybe Sunshine, for the $10 donation on YouTube. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Cheeky Chops. Thank you so much, Souza, for the $4.20 donation on YouTube. I appreciate the support. Thank you. All right, hooligans, drop some ones in the chat if you're ready to see Kevin McCarthy speak for the first time as Speaker of the House. Say what he's gonna say. Like I said, I'm not sure exactly what all he's gonna say here, and I've never seen him speak, so I have no idea what we're about to experience. And who knows? He might be really scared. You know, there was that violent encounter. It was almost an insurrection right there in front of Matt Gaetz. Almost happened right there. So God only knows. He may be shook. He may not. I don't know this guy, but I know that most of the people in that room are super soft. So I'm surprised they didn't take the day off after that violent encounter. So I'm seeing some ones in the chat. Let's get her started, hooligans.
It is now my solemn responsibility to hand over the people's gavel to a son of Bakersfield, a former small business owner, a proud product of a firefighter's household, the gentleman from the great state of California and the next Speaker of the 118th Congress, Kevin McCarthy.
I didn't realize he was from California. Last time we seen a white guy with a hammer on TV. Just never mind. Never mind. Sam, we need more gynecologists. I'm saying. What's up, Salty Ragu? What's up, Rasta?
That was easy, huh? I never thought we'd get up here. Thank you, Minority Leader Jeffries. Hakeem, I've got to warn you. 2 years ago, I got 100% of the vote from my conference.
There's Quella DeVille. Happy freedom, Donna Sparks.
There's somebody else I want to thank. The gentlelady who served as our presiding officer this week, our clerk, Cheryl Johnson. Thank you.
That's the mayor of Chicago, right?
You know, my father always told me, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And now we need to finish strong for the American people.
That's what he told her. It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
Son of a fireman and a grandchild of immigrants, can rise to the highest position in the most important legislative body in our country. And if my colleague, Hakeem Jeffries, with his life story, can rise to lead his party, then opportunity and democracy still thrive in America.
I forgot they gotta clap after everything, pat each other on the back and stuff.
To Leader Jeffries, there will be times we agree, and many times we will differ. I promise our debates will be passionate, but they will never be personal. That's my commitment to you. And now, the hard work begins. What we do here today, next week, next month, next year, will set the tone for everything that follows. Tonight, I want to talk directly to the American people. As Speaker of the House, my ultimate responsibility is not to my party, my conference, or even our Congress. My responsibility, our responsibility, is to our country.
You can clap for that.
2 months ago, you voted for a new direction for our country. You embraced our commitment to America. And now we're going to keep our commitment to you.
Hit that like button to boost alive, hooligans. Look at Gates.
It's a commitment for an economy that's strong, where you could fill up your tank of gas and feed your family, where paychecks grow and not shrink. It's a commitment for a nation that's safe, where communities are protected, law enforcement is respected, and criminals are prosecuted.
Unless they're in office.
A commitment for the future that's built on freedom, where children come first and are taught to dream big. Because in America, dreams can still come true. A commitment for a government that is held accountable, where Americans get the answers they want, need, and deserve. Our system is built on checks and balances. It's time for us to be a check and provide some balance to the President's policies. There is nothing more important than making it possible for American families to live and enjoy the lives they deserve. That is why we commit to stop wasteful Washington spending, to lower the price of groceries, gas, cars, housing, and stop the rising national debt.
Words are always good.
We pledge to cut the regulatory burden, lower energy costs for families, and create good-paying jobs for workers by unleashing reliable, abundant, American-made energy.
Prostitute.
I know the night is late, but when we come back, our very first bill will repeal the funding for 87,000 new IRS. You see, we believe government should be to help you, not go after you. We're going to pass bills to fix the nation's urgent challenges, from wide open southern borders to American last energy policies to woke indoctrination in our schools. We'll also address America's long-term challenges, the debt and the rise of the Chinese Communist Party. Congress must speak with one voice on both of these issues. This is why we will end wasteful Washington spending. From now on, if a federal bureaucrat wants to spend it, they will come before us to defend it. As for the Chinese Communist Party, we will create a bipartisan select committee on China to investigate how to bring back the hundreds of thousands of jobs that went to China, and then we will win this economic competition. Now, speaking of committees,
Nah, geez, you can start yelling at us.
from the withdrawal of Afghanistan to the origins of COVID and to the weaponization of the FBI. Let me be very clear. We will use the power of the purse and the power of the subpoena to get the job done.
The power of the what? Why is there kids there? Is that a child? Yeah, it's kids. Why?
We will stand up and speak out for the backbone of our economy, the hard-working taxpayer. It's nighttime here in Washington, but in some ways, it's also like a new beginning, a fresh start. My friends, this chamber is now fully open for all Americans to visit.
Miss Jamie, several people have had their kids over the past few days. It's weird. I mean, I know they got to be there till the job's done, but I don't know. Not everybody can bring their kids to work just because they don't have babysitters. It must be nice.
But the debates will be open for you to witness what happens in the people's house. From the committee rooms to this floor, we commit to pursue the truth passionately and embrace debate. No more one-sided inquiries. Competing ideas will be put to the test in public so that the best ideas win. But we also pledge to bring Congress to the people, because answers have not and will not always be found in Washington. That's why one of our very first hearings will be held on the southern border. No more ignoring a crisis of safety and sovereignty. We must secure our border. We must get America back on track. Now, on a personal note, to my family, here and at home, to Judy, Megan, Connor, Emily, my brother Mark, Monica, Zach, and yes, my mom, Bert. I am where I am because you are who you are.
Hyanna Harris wrote that last part for him.
You can stand.
Kelly K says you could have brought Klaus Daniels and brought him into the House floor. All rise, respectable member Klaus Danielson.
Constituents in California's Central Valley. Yes, and especially my hometown of Bakersfield. I don't know if you're familiar with music, but as Buck Owens sings, how many of you that sit and judge me have ever walked the streets of Bakersfield?
Prostitute.
Well, I've walked those streets my entire life. I know its people. They're hardworking and relentless, optimistic about our future. And I'm very honored to have the opportunity to represent them. I am a son of a firefighter. I saw first
Can't tell you what I'm a son of.
what it means to have hard work, leadership, and service to others. It can change people's lives. And that is exactly why we are here today, to serve you, the people. We come here with the support of our families and the faith of our neighbors to be their voice in Washington. For all the wives and husbands, children and parents who are watching, a loved one to be sworn in, I knew it took a couple extra days. I'll be honest, it's not how I had it planned. I want you to remember this moment. Take it in. Your loved ones.
That's what I told her.
My colleagues and I thank you for your understanding and your sacrifice. And we will work every day to make you proud. My most favorite spot in this building is not in this chamber. It's in the chamber they met before, in Statuary Hall. It's my favorite place to take people on a tour. You see, it's where Abraham Lincoln served. He was just a one-term congressman, sat in the back. I like to go to that spot and I like to stand where he stood. I like to do it at night when people aren't around. I like to look over and look at the clock. Because that's the same clock and same view that Abraham Lincoln saw.
He thinks he's really saying something here.
I've watched Lincoln serve in the greatest challenge to our Constitution, the Civil War. I watched him take peoples who were rivals and put them together. I watched in a time that he did not know if a nation could sustain itself, but he dreamt of a future and built a railroad across the nation. I want us to all take a moment one time that you are here. I want you to stand there.
He's got like another 10 minutes of this speech.
I want you to think. If America could do it then, we can do it now one more time.
Yeah, Kevin, I was thinking the same thing. The weather is super weird right now. Super weird. It's like raining outside. It's been raining for like 2 days here. Like, never have I seen that in January. It's just weird.
You know, Abraham Lincoln gave his life in service to this country. One of his most important observations about America applies today. as much as it did 160 years ago. He said, we are striving to maintain the government and institutions of our fathers and to transmit them to our children and our children's children's forever. My fellow Americans, that is still our mission today. This moment calls for restoring trust within our country and with each other. In that spirit, I will work with anyone and everyone who shares our passion to deliver a better future for the nation. I hope you'll join me. As a Congress, we can only operate if we cooperate. My door will be open. I'd like you to come by. I want you to see as you walk down the hall.
Snooks, I think Odyssey's buffering because we're running in 1080p. I don't think Odyssey can handle it. I'll try and reset the stream on that over there, but I think that's what's happening.
My members know of this. It's of Washington crossing the Delaware. You all know the story. It happened on Christmas, 1776. There was no iPhone to take a picture. People wonder when it was painted. It wasn't painted by someone who was there. It was painted in 1850 and 1851. He was an immigrant who lived in America, Emanuel Lentz. You know why he painted it? Because he knew America was more than a country. America was an idea. He went home to Germany, and he wanted Germany to have a revolution based upon the values and freedoms that we defend every day. His talent was art. So he believed if he painted this painting, he could inspire his countrymen to rise up.
Is he coming out saying he's going to become a painter?
Will tell you he didn't get it correct. They'll tell you Washington crossed on a Durham boat, but he paints it with Washington in a rowboat. You see 13 people, but only 12 faces. You see Washington standing up in a rowboat in the middle of winter, wearing a ceremonial uniform with his hand on his chest. He looks so stoic.
Something about his hand movements make his body language look feminine.
You probably believe that he never lost a battle. But history would tell us at that moment, at that time, he had only lost. We had never won. You see, that was the night of our first victory as a nation when we surprised the Hessians. But when you look at that painting, don't look at Washington. I want you to look at who's in the boat. You see, the second rower in the beret, he's Scottish. The person directly across from him in the green, rowing in the exact same cadence, is an African American. You come down right to the middle in the red, the person who's rowing the strongest is a woman. And in the very back is a Native American. I don't know from a historic fact if they were in the boat that night, but to this young immigrant who had lived in America, that's who he believed would be in the boat. The second to last person is a farmer. He could be from Bakersfield, I'm not sure. His hand goes across his face. People will debate this part. But what I see is a hand of the 13th person nobody sees. You see, what I believe Emmanuel was saying is, here we are, battling for the creation of the idea of freedom. That every individual is equal. Not a perfect nation, but striving to be a more perfect union. Having lost every battle against the greatest challenge with the strongest nation, having lost them all, but willing to do it on our holiest of nights, with a hand reached out and asking if you would join us. That's as true today as it was then. if we let everybody in the boat, if we row in the same cadence together, there is no obstacle this body can overcome for this nation.
Prostitute.
I didn't mean to time it out like that, but it kind of looked like Matt Gaetz coughed and said that under his breath. We might have to clip that. That was, you know, things happen the way they're supposed to.
And worthy of their vote. Let me close with this. I may not know all of you, some of you are new, but I hope one thing is clear after this week. I never give up.
Come on, man.
I think we got about 3 more minutes of this.
I make this promise. I'll never give up for you, the American people. And I will never give up on keeping our commitment to America. Our nation is worth fighting for. Our rights are worth fighting for. Our dreams are worth fighting for. Our future is worth fighting for. Therefore, with love for this country and charity for each other, let us now take our oath and be worthy of the office on which we are about to enter. God bless everybody in this chamber, and God bless America. Not so fast, I have to get sworn in first. Sit down. The House. The Honorable Hal Rogers of Kentucky, one of my first mentors to administer the oath of the office.
First, we want to offer a bipartisan congratulations to the gentleman from California.
Not as aggressive as the last ad. Well, that was something. That was the first time I ever heard McCarthy speak. Fortunately, it's not going to be the last time. That was quite the speech. It was quite the speech. 15, 20 minutes of nothing. Talking about nothing. Just flowered up word salad. Alright, hooligans. So we are getting ready to cover this AI bot thing that was created to act as an attorney. We're going to talk about this article that I came across. I'm going to post the link in the chat now so you guys can pull it up and check it out and read it for yourself. We're not going to read through the whole thing, but we'll get the majority of the information across. Ball, it's a Cali thing. McCarthy just standing there, he's just like, just waiting for his award, or that's what he looks like, trying to be sworn in. Like he doesn't know what's going on. It's like old man Walter. It's all a show. It's all a show. None of it matters. So this is the article. Well, pretty much all you can see is the advertisements, but regardless, I'm going to post it in the chat. Give me a second. Thank you so much, Jules B, for the $2 donation on YouTube. I appreciate you. Thank you. All right, Hooligans. So the link that I just dropped in the chat is for the article you see on the screen. Let's switch over my page here. So this is Do Not Pay's, which is their company name, I guess. Do Not Pay's robot lawyer is getting ready for its first court case. The robot lawyer is an AI-based legal advisor acting as a lawyer in an actual court case for the first time here in the U.S. The AI is going to advise a courtroom defendant on what to say in order to get out of fines and consequences of being charged with speeding. The company that made the AI is Do Not Pay. Quite the name there, I think. The speeding ticket hearing is scheduled for sometime in February. It mentions not in California. It doesn't tell you where it is, but then in quotes it says not in California. So I don't know exactly what that means, which is why I gave you guys a link to the article, so maybe you can investigate that. The CEO of Do Not Pay is Joshua Browder. As it mentions in the article, Browder and the company will not and have not provided any further information about the case itself, and it's to protect the defendant's privacy. So what do you hooligans think about AI defendants? I'm wondering if they're going to have this be like the new public defender. If you've ever been in trouble, because trouble happens, you don't even have to do anything wrong to get in this kind of trouble. Someone just has to point their finger at you and make the call, and then you go through this process. I feel like this is going to end up being the new public defender. Public defenders, a lot of times, at least here, are kind of like new attorneys usually. They don't have any clients under their belt, so the court system throws criminals their way to be defended because you have the right to an attorney, even if you can't afford one. And so you'll end up with a public defender that usually, in my experience, does not actually defend you. They just kind of help the process move along. A lot of times they'll encourage you to plead guilty. They will encourage you to plead no contest, meaning that you're not going to defend yourself. Anything said about you or possible evidence against you, you're just not saying anything. You're kind of pleading the fifth. A lot of times they're just helping the court process come across. I doubt that if this goes the way of mainstream, that these AI lawyers are going to help you. I think this is a trick. If you look at that chat GPT that we covered the other day with Coffee with Hooligans, we did some lives, it wrote that speech for that children's show thing that I'd put in there. I was like, write me an intro for a children's show involving fish, and I wrote that whole thing. A lot of people have been using it for legal advice because it will go and research and bring you information for legal advice. Now, you shouldn't trust it. It's just AI. God only knows. It could steer you the wrong way. You think about how bad Google is, and that's been around forever. So, yeah, you can't trust it, and people are being foolish with it. But this is like the next big thing. And if this works out in February, I think a lot of court systems will probably start using this kind of stuff. But the thing is you'll be taking bad advice. You're going to be taking advice from your phone, right? Your phone's brain, basically, is like, yeah, well, your freedom's in jeopardy because you made some mistakes or you're being accused of making mistakes. So why don't you just tell the judge this and maybe it'll be all right. I don't think that's... I don't know. I would prefer to have a person next to me than a robot. But yeah, no, I think that's this is going to be like the new communism. I feel like they're going to make everything AI. They're going to make everything bots, our cars and everything, and then they will control everything. And they'll say, oh, well, no, it's not communism and it's not an infringement on your freedoms, on your constitutional rights. These are community guidelines of our service, of our electronical devices, of how we communicate across the internet or network across the internet. It will be phrased like that, like mandates. It'll be phrased just like that. So as long as they don't say it's an infringement on our rights, we'll just accept it and just go, oh, darn, this is really hard and this really sucks. But really it's an infringement on our rights, and we're just letting it happen to us. And I think that that's where this stuff is going to go. The more they integrate AI into our everyday life, the more that we're being surveillanced, we're being tracked, and we're being controlled. And they're doing it in such a soft, smiling way. Hey, look at these features you're getting. Look at these cool lights it does. It'll take your thumbprint to open it, so you don't need a password. And we're like, wow, that's great. And we just forfeit all of our information, all of our privacy, all of our security, and we're letting it happen. And we encourage our friends to do it. We're like, hey, sign up for this. I did, and it's great. It's, I don't know. It's the future, and I don't see how we're going to stop it. I wasn't really going to say anything about this, but this kind of goes with it. I see a lot of people who 2 years ago were Antifa and were burning down buildings and recording their comrades, burning these buildings down. And now I am seeing people in their chat, even hooligans, in their chat today, God bless you, and saying stuff like that to communist cameramen and blowing them up and making them famous. I just seen one of them get shouted out by the guy that releases the Twitter files on Twitter. Straight up Antifa live streamer getting shouted out as source of truth. So as much as we're organized and united here and we're seeing stuff like this and we're like, this could be a bad thing, and we're all united in the moment, in 2 years, people fall off. They forget. So now I'm seeing Antifa people who were being threatened in the chat during buildings being on fire across the nation. Oh, if I was there, I would go out and do something. I was hearing people say in the chat. And now I'm seeing them in the chat of those same Antifa communist live streamers talking about, God bless you. Thank God you're here. So quick people forget. So seeing stuff like this and saying we're going to lose to communism through AI and through allowing electronics taking over our life. And as much as we all agree here in the chat, we're going to let it happen. We're going to let it happen. But we're all aware that it's happening while we watch it happen. It's like watching the city on fire and everybody just still going to work like they don't realize it's on fire. We can't stop the fire, but we're watching the city burn while everybody else is just looking the other way. And that's kind of what's going on. And it kind of makes me sad. It kind of makes me feel like I'm the only one that remembers. But I can't do it alone. And I can't make everyone remember and follow the storyline, because it's so long and it's so tedious to follow the storyline over years, especially every day. So I can't do it by myself, and I can't get everyone to remember, so I can just spread awareness and light and be like, hey, do you guys remember? And they're like, yeah, I remember. Oh, wow, this is really bad. Like, yeah, I know. I never forgot, but I'm glad that you remember. And that's kind of what it feels like, and it's kind of sad. It's kind of sad, but it is what it is. As long as we're all together and we're whole, that's what matters to me. As long as we're together and we're whole. Happiness. You'll never be wealthier than being happy. And they're going to put that on my tombstone. I live by that. So, regardless of all that, we're going to wrap this up and we're going to do the Pledge of Allegiance, because that always makes the day better. Got to keep that American dream alive. So give me a second here. All right, hooligans, please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. That's how you pledge that allegiance right there. Like I said the other day, you say it like you mean it or don't say it at all. That's the reality of it. Nah. Just kidding. Don't get all mad, everyone. People get so mad. We're here to make fun of stuff, to have a good time, and to be whole, because that's what matters. Getting mad doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You only get mad because you care. And when you realize you care, you're not mad anymore. So being mad doesn't matter. I appreciate you hooligans hanging out on a Saturday for Coffee with Hooligans. I don't have anything else on the schedule. So this will be the last one for today. Not going to be live tomorrow because tomorrow is Sunday. Tomorrow you have to recharge your batteries, or at least I have to. So you have to take at least one day a week, recharge your batteries. Do something that you enjoy, something that makes your heart happy, because like I just said, you'll never be wealthier than being happy. Got to recharge your batteries. The opposite of work is play. It's not rest. It's not being lazy. Everybody needs a rest, but you got to play. And our society makes you think that play is a waste of time. It's not a waste of time. It's how you recharge your batteries. Do something to make you laugh. Do something to make you smile. Do something that makes your heart smile. And recharge your batteries. And I'll see you guys again on Monday. If something crazy happens, don't you worry. I'm not going to drop the ball. I will hop on the live and make sure that stuff is shown. I don't want any kind of confusion. But next Coffee with Hooligans will be on Monday, and I'll see you guys there. Big shout out to everyone that made donations. Come on, mouth. Here we go. Chicken bacon, chicken bacon, chicken bacon, chicken bacon, bacon, chicken bacon, chicken bacon, chicken bacon, chicken. All right, Hooligans. Big shout out to everyone that made donations. Join the membership program or purchase any merch. I appreciate all of you, and I would not be able to do this without you. So thank you guys so much for everything, and I'll see you on the next live. Until then, stand tall, shine bright, and that's a wrap.